retro toasters, laboratory furnaces, and aerogels. A rubber tree's lifespan for natural rubber production is limited to about 25 years. But making toys out of their wood gives unproductive trees a second life. This idea comes from Southeastern Asia, home to most of the rubber and latex production worldwide. This company based in Thailand manufactures toys, such as this series of animal-shaped racers made of locally farmed rubber wood. They buy old trees that have exceeded their productive life. A worker feeds lumber through a wood rounding machine. The machine drives the log through a mill and turns it into a rod. The worker places the rod on a tray alongside other pieces ready for cutting. A cutting machine automatically matches the length of the rods, while a round saw cuts out blanks, which accumulate in a crate. A router removes the sharp edges on the blanks. Stacked in a feeder tube, the blanks drop down one by one on the router table. An automated feeding mechanism pushes each blank against the router head. The router blade bites into the blank and trims off the edge, leaving the pieces ready for sanding. At another station, a lathe turns spherical shapes out of the wood. Several blades move in sequence to form the piece. When a new length of wood comes through, the front blade moves in. Once it backs away, another set of blades shapes the piece laterally, before a cutter blade separates it from the rod. A worker now pours a non-toxic water-based paint over the sanded blanks. He transfers the batch into a tumbling machine. The tumbling process will even out the color and drain the extra paint to accelerate drying. The worker closes and secures the lid of the tumbler before he starts the machine. The facility can simultaneously process 40 batches of painted parts in 30 minutes. The painted parts now go to a pad printer. An automated arm feeds the painted parts to the printer, which stamps each piece with a non-toxic paint. A worker uses a table saw to groove another set of painted parts. The custom-made jig ensures that the cut is straight and even, and that the blade makes only a narrow and shallow groove in the wood. The worker places the grooved part on a jig and bores a hole into the piece with a drill. The machine piece goes to another pad printer. The pad picks up paint from a tray and transfers it to the wood. This process, called tampography, allows the printer to reproduce a design on an irregular surface, such as this wood piece. The printed parts dry at room temperature. As a last pad printer paints 2 dots on the wood, the face of the animal racer slowly takes shape. This red-colored powder is processed rubber wood sawdust, entirely recycled from the machining operations. A worker fills molds with the reprocessed sawdust and prepares them for casting. The machine compresses the sawdust in a die and turns it into a solid and compact material called planwood. A worker starts assembling the planwood pieces to form the body of the racers. She applies a thin coat of non-toxic formaldehyde-free glue and presses 2 corresponding planwood pieces together. She removes the excess glue with her finger before she hammers a dowel into the assembled planwood body. To finish the head of the racer, she inserts a felt piece into the groove machined on top and presses the head into the racer's body using a pneumatic press. The worker then drives the axles through holes in the planwood assembly. She takes painted and pad-printed wheels and applies a drop of fast-hardening glue inside each wheel hub. She then hammers the wheels into the axles takes the assembled toy to a customized machine designed to press the wheels firmly into the axles. This finished chicken racer is one of a wide variety of rubber wood toys manufactured with environment-friendly processes and materials.